Aloha, mi amigos. Monday was quite a strong day for the overall stock market. We'll start it off with the NASDAQ, which is already under a buy signal following the move on Thursday above that downtrending line connecting all the recent resistance points from August and September. That switched the NASDAQ into buy, and as you can see, since then, everything's going well. And what's very important is that my number two in the chat room, you all know Market Speculator, he was complaining about volume overall with this rally, but I completely disagree with him. The past 4 days, I mean, we gotta consider it. Anytime we get above average volume, it's a freaking treat. So overall, the past 4 out of the past 5 sessions, we've had above average volume, and the day where we were not above average, we were slightly below it. On top of that, we've got 2 pocket pivot point buy signals that were preceded by 3 other pocket pivot point buy signals in August. Tell you what, we have an extremely bullish looking tape here, and if there's ever a time to go on a parabolic run, this is it. And I will repeat once again, I am fully invested on simply just getting individual stock long signals. That has not happened unless I have forced myself to go 100% by using a 3 times ETF back when I started to do that methodology in 2011 and backtracked off of it. This is the first time since 2003. It's been 10 years since, by taking individual stock picks and them working and the new picks coming along, that we've been fully invested and the market's set up for a big run. And in saying that, the New York Stock Exchange and the S&P 500, they both retook the 50-day moving average. So you think we're back under a buy mode in those? Incorrect. We are not back under a buy mode on those because the 1671 close on the S&P 500 is still below the 1679 opening of 815, which was the very first real crack in that trend. And so since we did not take over the 50-day moving average on above average volume and we are below that 1679 level, we are still under a neutral condition on the S&P 500 New York Stock Exchange. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, however, has switched from a sell signal to a neutral signal. Once again, the key date is right back here. We got to get above these highs on the 15th before that can switch to a buy. So it's back to neutral. The Russell 2000, on the other hand, it took out the 50-day moving average and also took out the recent resistance levels. 1038 a close, 1044 closing at the high day, 1046 a close. That gets above all those resistance levels, and with the underneath market looking so bullish, that is now back in a buy signal. Now we do have actually one stock that triggered a full signal sell. SG&T is closing below the 50-day moving average on very heavy volume, even though it's still above the low a day of the signal day. This is a harsh break of the 50-day moving average on strong volume, and that combined with us having barely any gains is a full sell when we have a market so strong. Look at the relative strength line there, no good. And with the Russell 2000 switching to a buy signal, our TWM, which I went ahead and sold another half this weekend as I was not happy by the negative dollar amount in my own account. I don't remember if I put that for you guys or not. No, I did not. So I did not even let you guys know that I was doing that on Friday because I only decided to sell half of it this morning because the negative dollar amount was too much of my account. I always, whenever it starts to get to like a certain number, I start to pare it back. So once that happens, TWM, it was halved. But today, all of it goes. So if you're still long TWM, all of it goes. And with the Dow Jones Industrial Average going into a neutral condition, our SDOW position will be reduced by half. So I'm going to go ahead and keep half of this hedge on. And that freeing up that money hopefully will help me to get long VIPS, which is producing a pocket pivot point buy signal, breaking out of a very short-like cup with handle pattern, and or you can do a base on top of a base pattern it's starting to want to move out from. But the move off the 50-day moving average and 10-day moving average of the pocket pivot point signal, surge and bop, and strong volume, beautiful. So VIPS is definitely one I want to get long, especially with its fundamentals. I want you guys to just look at VIPS's fundamentals right here. Look at that sales growth. Look at that earnings growth, and look at what they expect for 2014. Look at the mutual fund growth. When you get that many numbers of a mutual fund investing in a Chinese company, you know it's real. It's not like it's only got two mutual funds in it. This one's legit. Also, we got a buy signal in AMG. AMG is a high-quality CanSlim stock. I believe it has a 91 EPS rating. Not any huge earnings or sales growth, but consistent. But a pocket pivot point signal right off the 50-day moving average, and that follows the pocket pivot point signal on the 4th. So we've gotten two in a short amount of time, and as you can see, this stock so far likes to bounce off the 50. And then also, last but not least, ARWR. ARWR piqued my interest on Friday because it produced a pocket pivot point buy signal with a ton of max green bop. The only day that it doesn't have max green bop is here, and I always like to see that when you do lose it, you go right back to max green bop the next day, and that's what it did. So this chart pattern is what I would consider a beautiful chart pattern. However, on Friday, that buyable move right there, that if that comes on volume that is to that yellow line down here, if volume touches that yellow line, 100% buy signal. Volume was so below average, though. It wasn't close, wasn't slightly added or above it. It was so below it, though, I passed on Friday. Biotech stock. Whoops. On Monday. Up 9% one day. Well, that's too much to buy now, so now what I do, I have to go and work a limit order. And with the recent highs being at the 440 level and 442 level, my limits are going to be from anywhere from 442 to 462. I do not want to say, as I don't want everybody to piggyback right at the limit that I'm on, but you can figure it out. What's in between 442 and 462? Okay, could be probably right around the area that I'm putting my limit. So anyway, so that's it. 2% in all of these, except for ARWR. The 2% only goes in the risk account. Non-risk account's not going to trade it. But AMG VIPS is good to go. It's looking really good out there, everyone. We'll see if the market can continue doing what it's been doing. Aloha.